holds true, that likely will be in April. But then the next question is, having said that, logistically, how long is it going to take to get as many people that you need to get herd immunity? And that's when I had said, and I believe it's still true, very likely by the end of the summer in the early fall. And that would be about 70 to 85% of the population vaccinated. So you could start on that very likely by April. And I think logistically, if you want to be practical about it, you'll probably get to that point by the time we get to the end of the summer.
How concerned are you that effort, even if it rolls out successfully in the coming months, will be set back or complicated by these new strains that are emerging?
I think that's a possibility, and that's the reason why we're trying to stay, and I believe we will, a step or two ahead of it. For example, as I've mentioned, and it's true, that it is concerning about the mutants that are in South Africa. Now, those are the kind of things that we want to be careful, because given the situation about how we're a connected world, that we might have that here in the United States. The one in the UK that is clearly in the United States, and at least more than 300 people in 28 states, it looks like the vaccine that we're using now could handle that quite well. However, it's more concerning with what we're dealing with in South Africa. So what we want to do, as we're doing it, is to go ahead and make a version of the vaccine, which is not that difficult to do, that might serve as a boost to directly address the one in South Africa, just in case that mutant does become dominant in the United States.
Dr. Fauci, you've been vaccinated now, and I want to ask you a personal question, if I may. A lot of Americans will be wondering, once they get vaccinated, if they can behave differently at all. You've talked about your family on the show before. I wonder if you're feeling any more comfortable now seeing your daughters, for instance.
No, I don't think we have a free pass for that right now. The reason is severalfold. One, when you get vaccinated, you are protected 94 to 95% against clinical disease, but we're not sure if you're actually protected against asymptomatic infection. And that's the reason why we want to be careful and continue to wear a mask.
All right, so you're still being pretty careful even around your own family.
I am. Thank you.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, thanks so much.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Here's something you might not know. At any given time, there are more than 1.4 million seafarers traveling the world's waterways. These are the people working on oil tankers and cargo ships. Now, many of them are stranded. NPR's Jackie Northam explains.
The coronavirus pandemic may be ravaging the U.S., but it hasn't slowed the action here at the port of Baltimore. Massive ships bob in the murky waters, waiting to load or unload. In one corner of this expansive port, Reverend Mary Davison pulls alongside a towering ship carrying cars and trucks.
So this is called the stern ramp. This is where we'll be boarding.
Davison hauls out plastic bags filled with goodies for the roughly 24 seafarers she meets on board.
We brought, we usually bring magazines.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you.
Hershey's Kisses, because we're not allowed to shake hands.
Yes.
We bring kisses instead.
All right.
Davison is with the Baltimore International Seafarers Center, a nonpartisan group that helps crew members arriving in port. This past year has been particularly busy for Davison's group because of the pandemic, buying SIM cards and personal items for crew members